Welcome back to the second module of Easy ECG series. In this video, we'll discuss about the conduction problems in the heart and their ECG interpretation. In our first video, we have already discussed that depolarization normally begins in the SA node and spreads to the ventricles via the AV node and the bundle of His, the right and left branches of bundle of His, and the anterior and posterior fascicles of the left bundle branch. The conduction of this wavefront can be delayed or blocked at any point. Today, we will basically discuss about the conduction problem in the AV node and the bundle of His. The AV nodal block. The time taken for the spread of depolarization from the SA node to the ventricular muscle is shown by the PR interval and is not normally greater than 200 milliseconds or 5 small squares. Interference with the conduction process causes the phenomenon called heart block. Conduction problems in the AV node and bundle of His may be partial, that is first and second degree heart block, or complete, that is third degree heart block. First degree heart block. If each wave of depolarization that originates in the SA node is conducted to the ventricles, but there is delay somewhere along the conduction pathway, then the PR interval is prolonged. This is called first degree heart block. In this ECG, measure the PR interval. It is 6 small squares or 220 milliseconds. Normal range for PR interval is 3 to 5 small squares. So this ECG shows prolonged PR interval indicating delayed conduction from the atria to ventricles, but no beat is dropped. This is called first degree AV block or first degree partial heart block. Note that every P wave is followed by a QRS complex. Only the conduction is delayed in AV node, resulting in prolonged PR interval. Second degree heart block. Sometimes excitation completely fails to pass through the AV node or the bundle of His. When this occurs intermittently, second degree heart block is said to exist. Between first degree heart block, where the AV conduction is merely delayed, to third degree heart block, where there is no conduction at all through the AV node, we have second degree heart block, or second degree AV block, where intermittently a few beats are not conducted across the AV node. On ECG, some of the P waves will not be followed by QRS complexes. There are 3 variations of second degree heart block. Mobius type 1 second degree heart block. There may be progressive lengthening of the PR interval and then failure of conduction of an atrial beat followed by a conducted beat with a shorter PR interval, and then repetition of this cycle. This is the Wenckebach or Mobius type 1 phenomenon. In this ECG, we see that some intermittent P waves are not conducted. So first, let's see if the PR interval is constant in all the beats or varies from beat to beat. Here, it varies from beat to beat. Now let us observe the pattern more closely. In the first beat, the PR interval is 3 small squares, that is normal. In second beat, it is 6 small squares. In the third beat, it is 7 small squares. And the fourth P wave is not followed by QRS complex. This phenomenon where PR interval gradually increases till a beat is dropped is called Wenckebach phenomenon. Then again, the next beat will show normal PR interval and the process is continued. This is because each successive impulse arrives earlier and earlier in the refractory period of AV node and takes progressively longer time to penetrate AV node. At last, a beat is dropped and the pause that occurs allows time for AV node to recover and the next PR interval is again normal. Mobius type 2 AV nodal block. Most beats are conducted with a constant PR interval, but occasionally there is atrial depolarization without a subsequent ventricular depolarization. This is called Mobius type 2 phenomenon. This ECG shows wide QRS complexes of bundle branch block pattern. They are not ventricular ectopics because each QRS complex is preceded by a P wave indicating sinus rhythm. But intermittently, a P wave is not followed by QRS complex. So this is second degree AV block. Now measure the PR intervals, especially before and after pause. They are normal. Second degree AV block with normal PR interval and wide QRS complex is termed as Mobius type 2 block. Here the block is below the AV node in the bundle branches. Hence QRS complexes are wide, and since AV node is normal, PR interval is normal. Only intermittently a few beats are dropped. This is Mobius type 2 AV block. Fixed ratio second degree heart block. There may be alternate conducted and non-conducted atrial beats, or one conducted atrial beat and then 2 or 3 non-conducted beats, giving twice or 3 or 4 times as many P waves as QRS complexes. This is called 2:1, 3:1 or 4:1 conduction pattern. Here ventricles respond to every second, third or fourth impulse, giving rise to 2:1, 3:1, 4:1 AV block. This ECG shows a QRS complex following every second P wave. This is 2:1 AV block. Here PR interval is normal and constant. Third degree heart block. Complete heart block or third degree heart block is said to occur when atrial contraction is normal, but no beats are conducted to the ventricles. When this occurs, the ventricles are excited by a slow escape mechanism from a depolarizing focus within the ventricular muscle. Observe this ECG. You can see P waves at a regular interval at rate of 100 per minute, and there are QRS complexes also at regular intervals at a rate of 30 per minute. But there is no fixed relationship between the two. That is, atria are beating to their own sinus rhythm and ventricles are beating to their own ventricular rhythm. Impulses are not going across the AV node to the ventricles. So this is third degree AV block or complete heart block. Summary is, if you see P waves occurring regularly at a faster rate and QRS complexes occurring regularly at an independent slow rate, then it is total heart block with ventricular rhythm. So in complete heart block, there is no conduction from atria to ventricles and each beats at its own rhythm. Going into details, third degree AV block may have ventricular rhythm or a nodal rhythm. Note the difference in QRS structure and difference in QRS rate in ventricular rhythm and nodal rhythm. If QRS complexes occur at a rate of 30 to 40 per minute, which is the rate of ventricular pacemaker, and QRS complexes are wide and bizarre, indicating ventricular origin, then it is total heart block with ventricular rhythm. If QRS complex occur at a rate of 40 to 60 per minute, as AV node beats at the rate of 40 to 60 per minute with normal structure of QRS complexes, then it is third degree heart block with nodal rhythm. Let me tell you an interesting story to help you remember AV nodal blocks. Suppose you and your friend decide to meet every day at 10 a.m. to go to work together. So first degree AV nodal block is when your friend comes to meet you every day but never on time. Let us imagine she comes to meet you every day at 10:30 a.m. That is, she is constantly 13 minutes late to meet you. So AV nodal first degree block is when one P wave per QRS complex, but there is prolonged constant PR interval. Second degree AV nodal block, Mobius type 1, is when your friend meets you first day at 10 a.m., second day at 10:30 a.m., third day at 11 a.m., and fourth day does not appear at all. So, second degree heart block, Wenke back or Mobius type 1 phenomenon is progressive lengthening of PR interval and one non-conducted P wave. Second degree evinodal block, Mobius type 2 is when your friend meets you every day at 10:30 a.m. but forgets to come once or twice a week. So, it means PR interval of the conducted beat is constant, but one P wave is not followed by a QRS complex. Third degree heart block is when you dislike this behavior of your friend and start going to work separately. That is, in third degree heart block, there is no relationship between P waves and QRS complexes. Now let's move forward to bundle branch blocks. Bundle branch blocks is suspected when width of QRS complex is more than 3 small squares or 0.12 seconds. Remember, as when one bundle branch is blocked, impulse pass through one Purkinje fiber to one ventricle, and impulse will pass to another ventricle through septum, resulting in delayed depolarization in abnormal direction. Right bundle branch block. In right bundle branch block, no conduction occurs down the right bundle branch, but the septum is depolarized from the left side as usual, causing an R wave in the right ventricular lead, that is V1, and a small Q wave in left ventricular lead, V6. Excitation then spreads to the left ventricle, causing S wave in lead V1 and R wave in lead V6. It takes longer than in a normal heart for excitation to reach the right ventricle because of the failure of the normal conducting pathway. The right ventricle therefore depolarizes after the left. This causes a second R wave, R' in lead V1, and a wide and deep S wave and consequently a wide QRS complex in lead V6. A RS-R' pattern with a QRS complex of normal width less than 120 millisecond is sometimes called partial right bundle branch block. So, right bundle branch block is diagnosed with a wide QRS complex more than 3 mm or 3 small squares, RS-R' pattern or RAM pattern in lead V1, and broad slurred S waves in lead V5 and V6. Left bundle branch block. If conduction down the left bundle branch fails, the septum becomes depolarized from the right to left, causing a small Q wave in lead V1 and R wave in lead V6. The right ventricle is depolarized before left, so despite the small muscle mass, there is R wave in lead V1 and S wave in lead V6. Remember that any upward deflection, however small, is R wave, and any downward deflection, however small, following R wave is called S wave. Subsequent depolarization of the left ventricle causes S wave in lead V1 and another R wave in lead V6. So, left bundle branch block is diagnosed when the width of QRS complex is more than 3 mm or 3 small squares, deep and broad S waves in lead V1 with no R wave, broad slurred R wave, that is R pattern without Q wave in lead V5 and V6. Lastly, summarizing today's video for quick revision. First degree AV block has prolonged constant PR interval more than 200 milliseconds or more than 5 small squares. Second degree AV block, Mobius type 1, in which PR interval gets progressively longer before QRS is dropped. That is, longer drop. That is a Wenke back. Wenke back gives you warning. PR interval gradually lengthening and warning you, I am about to drop a beat. Mobius type 2 AV block. Here PR interval is prolonged and constant, but somewhere you drop a beat. third degree AV block. Here, atria and ventricle contract independently on their own. Constant PP interval, constant RR interval. But every P wave is not followed by QRS complex. Right bundle branch block has RS R' pattern in lead V1, while left bundle branch block has a letter M pattern in lead V6. So that's all for today. We'll meet soon in our next video. Stay tuned. Thank you.